Happy Halloween, everyone. It's party day and also time for collab. So I'll see you here in just a few minutes to teach you a little classic. Hey, good morning, everyone. So it's party Saturday. We're going to a Halloween party. The people who are hosting it go all out. They decorate their house. They've got like all of those inflatables, the lights hooked up to the music, all of that good fun stuff. So we bring a little side dishes, and I'll be putting together a veggie tray. So it's party central here. Yes, everything's a mess. I'm going to make some of my homemade French onion dip because, quite frankly, I think that's better than anything you get at the store. We've done that recipe on another video. I'd have to go look for it. So I'm also not as savvy as some of the other YouTubers who can put the link in there. But if you tell me you want it in the comments, I'll go back, find it, and put the link in the comments for us or in the description. Something. I don't know. But other than that, I said I'd bring deviled eggs because I know that they're making stew, but it's not ketogenic stew, so it'll probably have like potatoes and whatever else people put in there, corn, I don't know. So I know that I won't be having that. The party starts at like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Nobody ever gets there at 2. We're all a tardy sort of bunch of friends. So we'll be getting ready for like dinner about the time that we get there. So I will also take a side of pork rinds so that we have something that we can eat with other things prepared by friends. But I thought, what's the most delicious thing that shows up at parties? I know, Shauna, you don't like hard-boiled eggs, so this one's maybe not for you, but you won't be able to deny the cuteness. Well, that would be deviled eggs, and it's one of those things that it's like super easy to make. But for some reason, they don't show up at a lot of parties. Or sometimes they're store-bought, and the store-bought ones just don't have that same zip to it as homemade. And even though they're crazy easy, I feel like it's worth showing people how you can fancy them up just a smidge for the holidays. Because absolutely, everything we're going to do here, you could just do with a bowl and a fork, and just scoop it into your egg halves. But we're going to be fancy about it, and I will show you here in a little bit. But what I did do was some pre-work. So I have my egg whites. They were hard-boiled. I made sure that I didn't overcook them. Cut them in half. I will tell you, I used a serrated steak knife to cut them. I know, but it gives them like little ridges on the egg whites. Let me show you one, which kind of adds to the decor. You can also buy different things. Let's see. I don't know. Can you see the texture? Maybe not. At any rate, it gives it a little ridge to the top, which I just feel like it looks nice that way. And from there, I just dropped my egg yolks in. Now, because I was sitting here chatting and stuff, they did oxidize a little bit, but for the most part, when I started scooping them out of the eggs, they had zero oxidization. So you can see they're all bright yellow or orange depending on the egg. So not overcooked. It's really important that for deviled eggs that you don't start with overcooked eggs. Overcooked eggs is what's going to give you extra lumps in your filling. So I'm going to use my KitchenAid. I know, all this for deviled eggs? Well, trust me, it doesn't have to be. Like I said, you can totally just totally throw in a bowl and mush it up with a fork. But we're making them for party and for Halloween. So I'm going to go in here and I'm going to give this a little bit of a stir just to start breaking it up. I hope I put that on lock. I can't see the other side. Sorry for the sound. Just kind of bust up those yolks a little bit. Get them started. All right. And you can see now I've made a nice powder, threw some on the counter. Don't look at that, my counter was just recently wiped, so we're good to put those crumbles back in. So it does still have lumps. That's okay. But here's the next part, the ingredients. We want basic, delicious deviled eggs. Yes, a lot of variants are tasty, but there is nothing quite like the classic, and we're making the classic. So I have the number one most important ingredient that often gets left out of deviled eggs, and that is unsweetened kosher dill pickle relish. Uh, Make your own, buy the sugar-free at the store. Don't buy sugar-free, but you want to buy unsweetened. And kosher dill relish should not have sweetener in it. Regular relish has sugar in it. Don't get that. It's the wrong flavor profile for your deviled eggs. And also, as we put this stuff in, ta-da, we're going to clean up a little bit. The other thing is mustard. Don't be chintzy on the mustard. Mustard is more important than the mayonnaise. No, really. I mean, not that mayonnaise isn't critical, but you're better off to cut back on your mayonnaise to make sure you have a good mustard ratio in there. And unfortunately, I have to say, this is not a recipe where you can do by measurement, because good eggs are not consistently sized. The yolks are not the same size. There's no good way to measure. So start by putting less and then adding as you go. The next thing I'm going to add is salt and pepper, a generous amount. Season your food, people. And that's not even like a lot of seasoning. So like, it's not like spicy or chili powder or anything like that. We want to give that a start to the mix to see about how much mayonnaise we want to add in. Pretty dry. So, I don't want to take this off the mixer now. I'm going to scoop this stuff down. And just go ahead and get that off so I can show you. It's kind of like a paste right now. Let me give my spatula a little mid-cycle wash. I don't know, I'm sorry, are you crazy? But in case I don't want to use all the mayonnaise, I don't want to be double dipping in there with my mustard. Not that I wouldn't just be putting it on other stuff anyways. So, but I want to show you here. This is you see, it's kind of lumpy. Let me get my fork here to show you. It's sort of like a lumpy paste. So if we touch it, it would spread. Oops. It'll spread on a toast or something like that if you wanted to. I don't know why you would want to, but there's a weird thing you could do. So here we are. And before I get going too long, I want to say thank you to the other people who are putting out these collab videos. This is a collab video, and what that means is that once a month, the Hungry Heath channel puts out a theme to several YouTubers. We all agree to follow the theme and then post within a week's time period of that month. Then if you hop on over to the Hungry Heath channel, they create a playlist that has all of our channel videos in it so that you can go through one by one and that you can watch us all. We have a lot of really great YouTubers. We've got Just Jason Does Keto, Keto Simple. We've got I can't remember Sarah's channel name, and I didn't smartly put like a list here on my laptop where I could be looking at it and telling you. For Your Enjoyment, Paleo Barbie, or Paleo Does Barbie. Gosh, I'm missing like four or five more. I don't know, but it's amazing because we all come together as a community, and you see the emails going back and forth as people try to plan and say like, well, I'm going to post on Tuesday, I'm going to post on Wednesday, and I was like, oh, I'm going to wait till the last minute. You guys are going to think I forgot and didn't do the collab. I'm going to wait so long. So here we are. But yeah, special things. Also, I often get inspiration myself. I go back and I watch, and like there are things that sometimes people do it, and I'm like, oh, I knew about that, but I haven't done that in like 2 years. I'm getting on that. So last month we did back to school lunches. So here we are for Halloween. This is Halloween, guys. That's how it goes. So let's add some mayonnaise in here. I've got about 3/4 of a cup, and I'm going to add half of this to start. That's right, to start. I fully expect that we may even need to sneak into the fridge and get some more because the eggs are really taking up the moisture. But I want to do two things first. I want to incorporate that, get it going, And then I have some liquid to add because I use the Chosen Foods avocado mayonnaise. Now, there's a thing. Remember, we used unsweetened kosher dill pickle? A lot of deviled egg classic recipes call for Best Foods or Miracle Whip. Especially the Miracle Whip goes over. People love it. They gobble it down. But we don't have that option here. So what I have is a tiny bit of apple cider vinegar. Like it's like a quarter of a teaspoon. And I'm just going to put that in there to tang it up and also add that little bit of sweetness that you would be getting from something like a Miracle Whip. Now, while I do that, I do see that it's still a little bit too thick. So I'm going to add half again this mayo. But I don't know that I'll need all of it. So let's give it one more whir. But you can see now it's getting into that paste form that you're going to like in your eggs. So now we'll give it a good whipping. Also, whipping it up like this gives it a lighter, fluffy texture. It doesn't just clear out the lumps. It incorporates some air to give it a little bit creamier feel. All right. We are almost there, guys. I have to say, I do feel this last bit of mayonnaise will be spot on. So, like I said, it feels like it was very fussy, doesn't it? But when you think about it, really the fussy comes from being on YouTube. At home, especially if you weren't trying to make them nice for a party, this would be quick, easy, one and done, right? So, here we go. Now we're done it. Just exactly right. And I'll take a minute to show you. I'm going to let that whip just a little bit more. Give me a little spoon. You know, we just turn it up for a second to continue incorporating that air. All right, so I want to show you the consistency here. Check it out. I'm going to come around to the camera so you can see it. See how it's gotten all nice and yellow pale, very fluffy and smooth? That's what you're looking for. There's always going to be some lumps. The egg yolk is just like that. But you just don't want it to be like super bumpy lumpy. We'll use that in a second for some tasting. Now my fancy pants part, you guys. I have a ridiculous thing that I have not tried before. So it was Prime Days, and these were $1. They're supposed to hold your bags open for like your Ziploc so that you can put your shredded cheese and stuff in there. And that is what, so I'm using it for my piping bag. I have a real piping bag. You do not have to have these fancy ones. You can just use a Ziploc bag. But you know, with a Ziploc bag, you just cut up the, you just cut the tip off and you use that to pipe it in. So that is what we're going to use. And let me just get this out of the whisk because it is caught in the bristles, tines. What do they call the whisk bits? I don't know. It's, you know, the whisk parts. We're just gonna go with that. We're not professional chefs here by a long shot, you know. Now the other thing I will tell you is sometimes what I'm going to do, it still doesn't work out right 100% because the piping bag, sometimes the pickle clogs it up. So it's not just enough that we've gotten the lumps out of the egg, which clogs it up notoriously. Also, gone sardine, I can't find the one with the star shape, so it's just a regular circle. I'm going to make noise. Sorry. Waste not, want not, right? So before I do too much more, let's double check the taste. Very nice. It's a little bit intense. Could almost use I don't know, so a little, I think it's all right. It's a bit on the sturdy side from a taste profile. So I worry that that I might need to add a little bit more mayo. So I'm going to grab that real quick. I'm gonna put one more in here. It doesn't have to, it's smooth enough. We can just go boop, and that'll mellow down that salt and loosen it up just a smidge more. There we go. Like I said, a lot of it is by taste and feel. So sometimes we have to do things on the fly. So here we are. Very, very nice. I am completely satisfied at this point. One last taste. Get yet another spoon. Oh, that's a fork. The spoons are in the back. Sometimes it's harder to get in there. Let's see. Perfect. That was it. All right, so thought I saw something on here. It's not. There's a little bit of a blood vessel on my egg, so make sure that when you are cutting your eggs, that if you see a blood vessel, you take it out. There's nothing wrong with it, but it's a little unsightly. It was like, oh no, did a bug get in the house? No, blood vessel. All right, so we're gonna have our Primal Kitchen mayo back in the fridge. And now, let's see if we have a disaster. Would that be crazy? Please work. That's all I'm saying, because this is heavy. So far, it's come off the thing already. So, I don't know, folks. It doesn't seem quite sturdy enough. But, it's all right. We're going to continue to work with it. And there we go. I mean, it's not the worst. It seems to be helpful, though, because it is holding it open. It may not stay, but it gives it enough open that I can get some filling in there. Ah. It's working. It's working. It's working. It's not perfect, but it's definitely doing some due diligence here, so that's fine. All right. All right, so I still have some filling. We may make some sloppy ones at the end. We'll see. Or actually, let's do a tester. Where did my... Another spoon, you guys. Why? Why? All right. Let's do a tester one. Because I see there's a big pickle here. We're going to cheat. We'll pipe in a second, but let's just do a taste test. So you put your filling in. And now, I'm going to make this one a spider. So see how I have my black olives here? We have, let me set this here, our knife. So we've got a half of an olive. We take one more olive. These are going to be the legs. You just cut it into 4 pieces. So 3 slices, and that gives you 4 legs. We'll make the other 4 legs. All right, so we put the body of our spider on. And now let's put our little leggies hanging over the edge of the egg. Like I said, I never proclaimed to be like an artiste, but I can have fun. 3. This is the fiddly part. But look, you guys, it's so cute. Can you stand it? 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right, now my hands are all gross and I gotta wash them, but I cannot wait because I gotta bring this and show you because they're just so ridiculously adorable. Check it out. It's a spider deviled egg. Cute, right? So there you go. This is Halloween. See? And now the taste. Just right. Let's do one more and I'll show you the other one. I know these are both for the party, right? But I'm just gonna stand here and eat my deviled eggs. And then we'll make a couple more that I'm not eating just so you can see how they look completed. This one is the eyeball. We're also going to put paprika, but I didn't do that for this one. I just want you to see. So this is the queen olive with pimento, and you just put that in there to make an eyeball. So, who hasn't had breakfast? So, all right. Uh, let's assemble a couple and get them into the to-go container. I tell you, these things were worth every penny. If you don't have a deviled egg transporter for parties and you have the funds to invest, these are 100% worth it, because then you take, not only does it look cute, they're not going to slide all over the place and get messed up. So it's just been they are the handiest. So with your piping bag or your Ziploc bag, now we're going to do the let's get fancy part. And let's just see. So look at that. We just easily peasy squeeze it in. And every so often you'll get a little air pocket. Don't worry about it. This was a big one. So this is all there is to it, to these deviled eggs. Let's put, let's throw some eyeballs on and slide these, put these into the container, give us a little more workspace. Move my tongs, which were for taking the eggs out of the Instapot. Which, by the way, no, I did not go over the making of the hard-boiled eggs, because I have found that everybody does it differently. Everybody has preferences. So I forgot to put the paprika on. You guys, why didn't you stop me? Do I put the paprika over the olives, or do I pick them off and do it right? You know what the answer is, right? We're going to a party. See? We don't have to... Oops, the eye metal came out. Oh, you guys. See, this is why YouTube is interesting. Now we have to think about what we're doing to make sure that we don't screw it up too much. Oh, I lost a half of the eyeball. But I think it's also good that you see people make mistakes. Sometimes when everything is too perfect, I question, you know, the validity of what they're doing. Not when it's like a pro chef. Like, I know that Chef Jet Tila, you know, does everything just right. Another half of an eyeball. But there we go. Let me wash my hands real quick. I kind of wish this was live. It would be so much easier if we were chatting back and forth instead of me just like rambling on. But yeah. So I don't know. I'd like to hear though down in the comments, A, what you think about these deviled eggs, and B, I guess I better fill them all up so I can do the paprika all at once. I just didn't want to like waste a bunch of YouTube time being fussy, but I guess I have to. The nice thing about this is that we can go back through, and if there's extra filling, we can fill back up. That one's not flat. There we go. Give them a little mountain. Or if we find we're running short, we know that Maitreya would have to cook an extra couple eggs to steel yolks and make a second batch of filling. But I think we are good. So, but now you can see though how they come out nice. And when you have the star tip for these decorating stuff, then you can really get extra fancy, you know, at like other holiday time. But like, because we're putting decoration on top, it's not critical, but this does make it a little bit nicer for filling. Now we go back through and we find ones that were maybe not as stuffed as they could be. And we just top them off a little bit to make sure that they're all nice bites. That one actually had a little air pocket. All right, I think we're looking pretty good here. There we go. Ta-da. Now let's go ahead and get our paprika ready, because And this is your just your regular paprika. I didn't even buy the Spanish smoked or anything. I put it in one of these little colander sieves to not make big paprika clumps. So a lot of it fell through back in, and you just go and you can lightly, that was too much paprika. What did I say, folks? Too much, but you know what? I don't care. They'll still be delicious. There we go. It's only a couple that got too much. And we will just go through and lightly dust it with our fingers. This will be an eyeball. I'll make sure that it goes on the bottom and that I get it at the party. There we go. One. Let's do 6 of each on the trays so that people get both. Is this crazy? Have I gone crazy? Is this too... Oh, let's dust this one. It's got an awful lot of paprika. I probably should just leave it dusted though, but we're not. I figure if you do a tray of 6 eyeballs and 6 spiders, that gives you a nice variety. Plus, then you can put half the tray into the fridge. Consarn it. It's always got to be something, right? But I'll be honest. I find paprika to be very neutral anyways, so it doesn't give me any kind of stress to see that there's too much. I actually think that most people don't even notice or care. All right, let's make some spiders. These are always harder to deal with in getting into the little tray. I have to stop and actually pause and be like, what am I doing? So let's see, 4 more legs. I feel like I might have to actually take this picture of these at the end to post the, oh, they're just, the spiders are so darn cute. I can't handle it. I know, but you know, I am the person that I am. So I know, I feel like this video has gone on and on and on because I try to do short attention span videos because that's my attention span. So, but I think that we have to finish a complete tray, don't we? So, all right, so what's coming up though in the next thing is I will get the coffee talk posted. If you have any requests, you let me know. I don't have anything specific recipe wise planned. I do have that new coffee device to share with you. That's the only problem, is that these are gonna fall apart when people take it out of the tray. What a disappointment, but that's all right. We'll take some tongs with us. Also, I go through a lot of paper towels while I'm building these because you get egg on your hand and all of that kind of stuff. All right, but so I don't know, what do people do on the holidays if you are a person who does Halloweeny things? I love Halloween. I know that there are a lot of people who don't love it, and I just have a different viewpoint. But so I have a great time. I love seeing all of the fun spooky stuff. I work at a Halloween production locally here. We have big parties near the end of the month. So I am super looking forward to that. So, oh, they look so good, you guys. Me an egg there. I'm almost done and almost ready to show them to you. One. It's these little legs that take a lot to put on there. 2, 3. Yes, now I have to count them. Here, let's put his little toesies outwards. 4. And I know I cut enough up because I was paying attention when I did it, but that's why I did all of this prep work, because I knew that it takes like 900 years, and it's kind of a pain in the behind sort of thing. But once I can show you like this completed little tray, we'll go ahead and we can end the video, and then we can share about the fun stuff that we're gonna do in the comments and all of the other things. By the way, I am a crazy person for Nightmare Before Christmas. I love Tim Burton. I know he's eclectic, but I love pretty much everything he does. And Nightmare Before Christmas was like just perfection for me. I enjoy it so very much. So, uh, I don't know. I super enjoy it, and like the Oogie Boogie, the idea that there is a boogeyman, and he is truly revolting, but also he's in just adorable. So I really dig the Oogie Boogie Man, but the mayor is my favorite. I love in the movie when he's like panicking because Jack Skellington has disappeared when he's trying to steal Christmas, like he should not be doing. But uh, and I like that he's like, it kind of reminds me a little bit of like Spider-Man and Two-Face, even though that was a whole different, you know what I'm saying. So this spider is going to have short legs on one side and then like a couple weirdly long legs because of the olive size difference, but it's still so cute. All right, there we go. Let me bring this up and show you our deviled eggs, and then I can end the video and show you. Look, you guys. Oh, there we go. I'll try and get a better view for you. There you go, spiders and eyeballs. Delightful, right? Perfectly Halloweeny, perfectly classic. You can do lots of cool stuff at different holidays, and now you know how to make deviled eggs uh, kicked up a notch, so to speak. So you guys have a fantastic, fantastic weekend. I will see you tomorrow on Coffee Talk, and I hope that you are having an amazing weekday or weekend. Yes, an amazing Saturday. Gosh, it's the weekend already. You are awesome. I think you are fantastic. I love seeing how much you guys try, and I appreciate it when you trust me enough to share that you are on the struggle bus, because I've been there too. And I look forward to seeing you guys later this weekend. Happy collab. Happy Halloween. Bye bye.